Good morning, traders. Hope you guys doing well and blessed. Welcome back to the TFE Forex Insider. Something we'll be doing new. This will probably be our very first video on this channel, but I hope you guys do find this very fruitful as every single day I'll be doing the morning espresso if we are buying or selling, basically doing a forecast on the market on gold, US30, NASDAQ, as well as any other pairs that you guys do request. Okay, so today we're going to be going over gold, NASDAQ, and US30. Let's see how you can actually trade, how to trade these assets and reap the most from it. So I'll be providing you guys some key levels that you guys can use for your own forecasting as well. So take this as not financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor, but rather education and some sort of guidance onto your own decisions you have to make for yourself. Okay, guys. So with that being said, if you're new to this channel, please, guys, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if you want more insights, then join the free community in the description down below. Also, don't forget to open up a trading account with the broker I do recommend. It's in the description as well. And the platform I'm using where you can get 30% off using the code TFE. Let's get into it, traders. So first of all, let's understand what's happening on the weekly time frame, right? So since it's our very first engagement, we want to go over the monthly as well. So one thing I believe in, and I want you guys to write this down, is that you look at the previous month and see, was it a bullish candle or was it a bearish candle? And right over here, we can see the momentum of the month before, which was September, ending off with a massive bullish candle. This indicating that we had buyers, bullish momentum, and that the people were longing, or the traders were longing higher. So that is good stuff, right? That means that we're using that information from the previous month to make decisions for the next month, the coming month. Which means October. So with that being said, we were expecting that the market should continue going higher based off September's monthly candle. And as you can see right now, it is continuing. And this methodology is great and very simple to use. You can use it on a monthly, weekly, and daily. So let's go down to the weekly time frame. So as you can know, we're bullish for the month, and you can see on the weekly time frame, same thing is appearing. We can use the previous weekly candle to make a decision for the coming week. Right here, this is the new week, the 13th of October, but let's look at the 6th of October. And before that as well, let's look at the 29th of September. You can see that it is a massive bullish candle over here, with a massive bullish candle over here, right? Which result that the 6th of October should continue going bullish. As you can see right now that this closed massively bullish, we're expecting that the 13th of October should have a rally continuing higher. But we all know after such massive bullish momentum continuing, it's not going to be a high chance of this continuing all the way up like this. We're going to have some sort of exhaustion. We're going to have some sort of exhaustion to the downside, and then eventually market continuing higher. So you're going to see market eventually trying to pull back towards this EMA right here and then continue going higher. But for now, we are going to ride this wave because trend with the trend is the best decision you could ever have. Whether it's catching the reversal of a trend, whether it's trading the continuation of a trend, it's the fact that you don't want to necessarily always go against the trend. So on the other end, guys, on the daily time frame, let's look at what do we have here. We're going into more lower time frames to get more of the key levels. Where can we get involved? One of the things, or one of the key levels I want you guys to keep in mind is this area right here. You can see as a beautiful support area, right? This 33959, get out of to 3950, right? It's a key area of support where you can see market has been buying off, broke above, buy off for 2 days straight. Market tend to buy off from there. At the same area, you can see on top right there, you can see 2 days where the market tends to reject off sells and sell off there. You can see it rejects there and sells here. So since market is breaking above, the question is, will we have a continuation today higher after we closed above here. So let's see here. It's a daily time frame, right? So on the 4 hour time frame, there's still about 44 minutes for this candle to close. We could have market either break above here, close, which is already breaking above, but close in the next 40 minutes, and then market tends to, find this as a key area to continue in higher. But for me, the other thing is that we could have this as well as a potential fake out, seeing that market first fakes out, comes down, and then continue going higher. So I do um, expect that market should continue with the momentum to the upside for today. As you can see, Fridays was a bullish candle. We're having a bullish momentum again. I'm seeing that this could potentially continue going higher. However, it's all about where we're going to get involved. We already had massive bullish momentum. We need some sort of exhaustion, and then we have continuation. So I'm expecting that market should possibly have some sort of pullback again, and then we have the run higher. So that is what I'm expecting on gold, is that we have a pullback again, and then we're going higher. Now, with that being said, we can go on the lower time frame, like the 1 hour time frame in the 50 minute, and then we can start seeing where are those areas where market started taking off. Now you can see that market took off from this area right here, market bought from there, and you can see market bought from here as well, right? And you can see market board from these areas as well right here. So we have key areas where we can see, as you know what, market has been buying from there. Now what we can expect possibly is that market pulls back down to these areas and then look for a buy. So I'm looking at, okay, this is the best areas for us to wait, is for market to pull back down, and then we can start looking for the longs higher. So these are my key areas for gold that I'll be watching off and seeing how market reacts of these areas, and then I'll make my decision whether I should be buying or staying out of the market. Now let's go into US30 traders and see what is happening on US30. Let's do this down for you guys. Monthly time frame. Monthly time frame, you can see we have a massive bullish candle, which means we continue looking for the buy, continue higher. However, you see the month is been struggling, has pushed up, then pulled down. There's still time. There's about 18 days for this thing still to continue going higher. So with that being said, let's go to the weekly time frame. You can see last week was a bearish candle. However, I want to keep in mind is that you can look at structure, right? Remember, the trend is your friend still. So even though we're using the candle, we still want to use simple price action. And you see what happened is market's been going higher, creating highs every single time. That is the most important thing right here. You can see market hasn't broken the lows yet as of yet. Not saying it won't, but you can see that right now we haven't broken these lows right over here. We are actually respecting this area or support, if you want to call that a support. But you can see that this key area is a beautiful zone on the weekly time frame that we have. And we look to the side as well. It's a beautiful area, very, very spot on resistance over here. So resistance, and now you can see support, support. So with that being said, I do believe that this is going to be a strong support area. But at the same time, I'm not saying it cannot pull back down. So what we can do is go on a lower time frame and see what can we be doing on the daily, 4 hour, 1 hour as well. Now, with that being said, you can see market has on a daily opened with a massive gap to the downside. However, there's not much here to say what price actions happen over here, but we can see here this trending has broken structure. So I'm going to go down to a low time frame to get more of a structure on the side. Now, I can see a bit of more structures right here. You can see market pushes down, pull back, massive impulsive movement of bearish momentum to the downside. However, I'm going to see that, look, the thing is, you can see over here, we have some sort of, like, let's say mini area over here. We can look to the side like this. It's like a little bit of a support resistance right here, right? These are key areas. So what I'm going to expect is that, or not expect, but what I would like to see in the market is that for the week, we do get that push higher. So either market does pull back lower towards this area again, and then from here we get that momentum higher, and from here we get a continuation up. So for me, I'm seeing this as a nice area for market to play off from, eventually break above, test, and then make its way higher for the week. So my projection for the week is that we're gonna see that US30 continuing higher, basically back to the highs over here, and then that's a decision it's gonna have to make whether it's gonna respect it or not. It either can respect it, sell off again, make entire range, right? It can happen. It can create the entire range, or it breaks above, and then that's when next week it continues the momentum to the upside. But for me personally, I do think that market's gonna probably come to the top again and pull back a bit lower. Now, coming back onto NASDAQ, let's see what happened on NASDAQ as well, and then we can make a bit of a decision making right here. Let's see what is happening on NASDAQ. Now, on the monthly time frame as well, traders, let's see. You can see the bullish momentum. Very, very, very clean structure over here. We can see that beautiful structures up on the monthly. This is just fabulous, fabulous, fabulous momentum right here. Super. Now, what I want to share with you guys, you can see that there's just been massive bullish momentum to the upside, no bearish candle whatsoever. Now, we know that after a period of time, even though massive bullish momentum, you're going to get a pullback, massive bullish momentum, is going to get a pullback. You know, the sequence happens over and over. So it's not that it will just continue. We're going to expect some sort of pullback again. Now, however, we're gonna have to go on a lower time frame to see what is happening. You know, there's still the trend is your friend, so you don't want to go against it. As you see, it has been respecting the EMA over here. Beautiful EMA structure right here. You can expect touch, touch, touch. And can this now be the next momentum up? We're gonna have to see this on the low time frame, daily time frame. You can see we're still below the EMA. Now, what I would like to say, what the EMA, you can see some sort of structure right over here. Now, this structure you can call support resistance, whatever you would like to call it, but this key area here, right? We are below the EMA, below that structure. Now, what we can do is look for mark to pull back up, and then from here, we're looking for the continuation higher. Now, that's what I would love to see happen this week. However, it's the same structure as US30. These are key areas right here, support area. However, I don't want to say that we only look for the buys. Look, there is a possibility that this thing can actually sell off, right? Honestly, we can't get a push all the way back lower from this. So, with that being said, as the week unfolds, I would have to probably make a video updating about Wednesday to see exactly, hey, what is happening on here, you know, because right now it's just the start of the week. I still want to see a bit more price action, but one thing I want to keep in mind is that you can see that trend has been very clean. So, however, I do think we can potentially just pull back again, fake out, and then run up. We can't see that happen. So I'm just gonna watch how this actually plays, but this is a beautiful trend right here. We can see the momentum going through upside as well. So again, traders, if you guys enjoyed this inside a bit of a forecast explaining my views on US30, Nasdaq, and gold, please give me a subscribe, like this video, and don't forget to give a comment down below. I would really appreciate it. Any feedback you guys have, or any other assets you guys would like me to break down on coming on Wednesday's video, then please do drop it in the comments. We really appreciate it. With that being said, the morning Forex Espresso. If you're buying or selling, Shaquille Yumito out here from TFE, sign out.